From the Mainly Wrestling Show. I've lost count what we're on, but I'm Jack Milner, not Knockout Dissemination. She's Lissy Almeida, and he's a spectacular John Jacobs. Yeah, I don't know if that's probably more scary. We're here on
Scary.
the 20th, I can't speak to it, 26th anniversary, Death Day Rules, baby, of Halloween Havoc 1997. It was voted one of the shows of the year by
Yeah.
readers of the Wrestling Observer. Are you all right, JJ?
I'm laughing at how you said "yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah, Lissy always picks up on that. I'm Northern, get over it. And it had Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio Jr., as he was named at the
Banger.
time, for the WCW Cruiserweight title. I think it was voted 4 3/4 star. Dave just
Ooh.
didn't like giving out those 5 stars like he does the Young Bucks and Will Ospreay, does he? I don't know what's up with that.
Can't all be as talented as the Young Bucks, Jack. You know this.
Eddie Guerrero's not as talented as Young Bucks.
Can't all
Lissy,
be.
Lissy, come
He
on.
would
Will
mop
you
the
stop?
floor with them.
Will
Are
you
you kidding
stop?
me? Will you stop?
Well, you stop. By the way, there's a good friend of the show, Jesselmania, has just started a Bobby Heenan page on Instagram, and you forget Bobby had so many one-liners, right? You can speak to me about marriage. I've had 6 successful ones. Anyway, we're here to watch WCW Halloween Havoc. JJ, are you in the Halloween spirit?
I'm trying to get into it, mate. As anyone watching on YouTube can
That's
see,
why you're
got the
missing
scary
flags.
light.
Yeah, well,
No, I'm excited. Got outfits for the kids tomorrow to go to nursery and for the Halloween party. Gonna get to go trick or treating for the first time in my life because I never went when I was a kid. So, exciting times
Wait,
ahead.
you never went
we
trick or
need to
treating.
we need to give this attention. Go back.
I
You
It's
never
like
went.
when MJF said he never played a video game in two-player mode because he didn't have a friend. Like,
were you a Jehovah's Witness?
No, not a Jehovah's Witness. Just my parents were Christian and they thought that Halloween was connotatively evil. So we went to church on Halloween evening instead.
listen, do they have that in Catholic in your Catholic class?
No, I think stop it, stop it. No, but I think like stop it, Jack. I know where you're going. I understand what you're saying, John. That makes complete sense. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, it's because there are certain religions really do look at it as more of a satanic type of celebration. But I think it's evolved from wherever they think it came from. I think it's for the kids, and I'm sure you guys think the same thing now.
Agree. Wasn't
Literally,
my choice though.
Of
yeah.
course not.
I remember being really poor and just we putting like bin bags on us, maybe like sticking something on it so it looked a bit scarier. But as kids, we were just thinking like, just get some free sweets.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Of course.
Yeah. Lissy, are you in the let's say holiday? Holiday's like December time in America, right? And the holiday spirit, the Halloween spirit.
I have to be. So the kids and my older sister's birthday is the day before Halloween, so she's always like had Halloween themed birthdays and stuff like that. So my niece and my nephew and my sister, they decorated the front of my parents' house, so it's very spooky out there right now. And I'm planning to do whatever they want to do, if it's trick or treating or whatever else. So, you kind of just get roped in since, auntie life.
You're cool Aunt Liz, so you're the one who's there, surely. You're the Pied Piper leading them to all the houses, surely.
Um, I don't know. I take a back seat to Halloween. I let Liz manage this one. I'm for the other fun stuff and I don't mind because I'm really not into Halloween like that. I mean, I know it's a adults like to use it as a time to like, get dressed and go out to parties and stuff like that, but it's never really been my thing. So, yeah.
I was speaking to people in our Malta office today at work, and they were all having a party tonight. And I'm thinking, as an adult, I know I'm 35, but realistically, right, I'm a 50-year-old man. Is it just me? I just don't see it as very, yeah.
People like an excuse to go out and drink, right? Whether it's St.
Yeah.
Paddy's Day when you're not even Irish or, whatever it is.
I think in the club days it was like fun, but even like in the club days, like when I would go out, I used to skip Halloween because I just didn't really care. I didn't really care for it.
Is there like pre and post club days? What year are we talking this?
Oh,
Is it
please.
like do you 2018 you go, you know what? That club life, not for me anymore.
No, I think I gradually stepped back. Like I faded into the bushes. You usher in a newer generation. suddenly you look around and you're like, I'm surrounded by kids and I don't want to be here.
They're like Chris Jericho in the AEW locker room, right? Like looking around.
What am I doing here?
Surrounded by kids. I just got to do something else. We have not even spoken about Ric Flair yet, but we'll save that for.
Yeah, that's kind of how. Those are my sentiments about Halloween. So actually, it's a great way to segue into our show.
Our show, yeah, we're gonna watch Halloween Havoc 1997. We're gonna skip forward. I'll post the link down there. Remind me, so I always forget to post the link. Skip to 28 minutes. I think it's the third match on the show. Halloween Havoc 97. I'm pretty sure it's the brilliant three-man booth of Tony Schiavone, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Dusty Rhodes, as it was for much of 97.
What a booth.
What a booth. Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio Jr. If you're watching on the cock, throwing you off guard there, Lissy. I was supposed to say that. If you're watching on the cock.
I know. I was like shocked. You've been doing this a long time, brother. If you're watching on the cock, this is out of order, but I'll get with it. Halloween Havoc season 9.
Because the first one was in 89. That makes sense. Flair and Sting versus Muda in Terry Funk in Philadelphia. If you're watching on the network, /video/74736. Again, we'll put it in the comments below. And we click play in 3, 2, 1. Packed crowd. I think they always had Halloween Havoc in Vegas as well. It's like a WCW tradition.
Let's turn that down. Mike Tenay, legend.
Mike Tenay. I think Dusty's gone by this time, right?
I love Mike Tenay. Congratulations, Mike Tenay.
Look at the iconic outfit from Ray. I love it.
Who's he supposed to be? Because I don't know comics.
I don't know. He looks fucking great though.
He's really just a scary man. I'm sorry, guys. What time were we starting at?
We were starting at 28:35, but we're now 29, 9, 10, 11.
You know, I got the wrong time from the group chat.
Oh, like Mike
Sorry. As I was saying, Mike Tenay, congratulations on being inducted into the Impact Hall of Fame that happened last week. And he was a big part of the earlier TNA broadcast booth. So
look at the drape on Eddie. Oh. And you telling me the Young Bucks are better than him? Get out of here. Come on.
You don't need to know that. You don't need to know the story, or either of the people to know Ray is the face and Eddie's the heel just from their entrance. Right?
Eddie's swagger.
Such a heel.
Like you don't need to. If I didn't know who either of these people were and that Ray is a permanent babyface, it wouldn't matter. You just look at them coming out and you're just like, yeah, I know.
He's impregnated
before they've done anything.
Just by the way he looks, yeah.
Yeah.
So this wet hair look.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we always how can we could just look at him and just be like, he kind of has like that stay away from him if you're like in a bar type of look, right?
If you say one wrong word to him, or you start chatting with his missus and it's it's on. But that's playing the role well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Ray's brought an extra mask out. He's took in the crowd. Lovely touch.
Such a big baby face. Love him.
But you think that 5 years Eddie Guerrero has from here it's wild. So he has his great run in 97, 98. Loses some steam, starts the LWO, which WWE do now, right? Am I right thinking that's on Smackdown?
Yes.
Latino World Order, yeah.
Yeah, mm-hmm. They have the LWO 2.0 going, and Rey Mysterio is the, I want to say leader, but it's kind of, I don't know. Is he the leader, John? Because it's either him or Santos, but it's interesting because they don't really have a leader, so to speak, either. It's kind of
and there's some beef between them, right? Because he wants the US title that Ray's got, so
right.
But, yeah, it's interesting with a few of WWE stables at the moment where there's no de facto leader, and then you've got the Bloodline who very clearly have a leader, right?
I prefer stables where there is that leader, and then there is a pecking order. Then,
well, you've
got to get to the big boss at the end of it.
So Judgment Day obviously had a leader in Edge. Well, yeah, had a leader in Edge, and then Finn Balor kind of masterminded getting rid of Edge. So Finn Balor was kind of the de facto leader, but they've always said we don't have a leader. But in actual fact, we all know that the leader is Mami.
Yes.
So,
But that's
If you
like,
had to choose a leader, it would be her.
but that's like the kind of dynamic in most families, right? Like the guys, oh yeah, I'm the dad of the group. The moms rule everything. Like the guys can pretend all they want. We both know there's a matriarch of each family. You think Marion Madden, I love her, is? Do you think Willie Madden has a say in anything that goes on there? They've been married 4 years. He doesn't know where anything is. So
it's like, when you're in the situation we're in, where you've got young kids or whatever, you have to plan things like going out, right? You can't just go, all right, babe, I'm off out with the boys for a few beers, right?
I mean, you can, but
So
you won't be staying there tonight.
So if I want to go out with the guys for a few beers, I go, babe, thinking about going out on Friday, gonna have a few beers. Is that okay? Yeah. She goes, the girls are going out on Friday. I'm going. You're with the kids. Okay.
Period. Wait.
Period with a T.
Okay, so I think that like from a corporate structure, you can kind of say that usually the dad or the husband is kind of like CEO, but the wife or the mom takes on the COO, CFO, all the other titles. Where like the CEO really, you don't really have any power.
You're just there as like you there as the face of the name. I'm Jack Milner. I'm the father of this child.
Yes.
You're going to speak to her. Whereas in the background, Lorraine's writing emails, she's paying bills, lawyer invoices.
Exactly.
We had to send a lawyer an email off to a lawyer in the week. Fine. She copied and pasted, right, send this to them. So I've done it. She goes, did you even read it? Look at the text. I wrote I and me, and you're there saying it about you, idiot. Oh. Should I reply and say, just leave it?
It's all good.
But yeah, the fact that she'll say it was send stuff to me, send it on to them. Because they'll listen to you more than they'll listen to me.
Yeah. See, there's a place for everyone, and there's an understanding of how things work. No problem.
For me, since as of 2 days ago, I won't even be the main breadwinner in the house because Nicole got a new job. So.
Oh, really?
Congratulations, Nicole. Wow, did I move this? Congratulations, Nicole.
So you won't be sharing the same office anymore?
No.
Wow. Amazing.
But we might be able to eat meat again.
Will you stop? First of all,
it's so expensive these days. It's a joke. We're thinking we take home like a very reasonable amount, right? And like more when we moved into this place like 2.5 years ago, we're probably like 40% up on what we were earning then because we both got promotions and changed jobs, whatever. It's like still definitely feel poorer than we did when we moved here. Everything's so fucking expensive now. It's absurd.
I got my first salary yesterday since June. Like, thank God. I was saying last week, after we went to your place for that roast, we had one ourselves at the weekend. We just bought a cooked chicken, right? I got some vegetables. I said, do you know, it'd be really nice. I said, should we get some lamb? She goes, it'd be really nice, but I'm not paying £30 for it. Not this close to payday.
I don't know what happened when you went to that place for a roast because I told Scott about it as well, and he went. He was like, it was really good. Everything was good. The only thing that was like not amazing was the roasties were a bit undercooked, but like really good selection.
They weren't roasties. They were like air fried or like deep fried potatoes. We roast. I'm not saying like a snob, but I do like a very good roast. It felt like cafeteria food.
The thing is as well, a roast is always better when it's homemade, right? Because there's no way that you can cook like that amount of food, and it's like, especially in a carvery situation, it's like sitting out, whatever. It's just never, ever going to be as good. But
we were on the back foot because I didn't realize how far away it was from us.
Yeah,
and that hill right at the end. You know, Marion 60. She kept reminding us, I'm nearly 70. Jeez, you're trying to kill me off. You can have the inheritance. You don't have to kill me. She was struggling at the end of that war. It's Sunday,
well,
right?
but you just get the you just get the bus. Like
we got the bus back.
Yeah, but you just get the bus there, and it's like a 2-minute walk from the bus stop.
He was funny with his nap, so he was due a nap.
Oh, and he's taking the mask off. Sorry, guys.
Oh yeah, the one eye. Oh shit.
Always, always.
Anyway, he was due a nap, and he fell asleep like 5 minutes after walking. So I thought we'll just keep walking.
Fair.
Like you said about plans, right? And actually going back to what you said earlier, I'm playing cricket on Sunday, and I still had to ask Dan, do you mind if because I'm playing football at 12. Do you mind if I play cricket at the show? And I was saying in the guys that were really desperate, I said, I'll just ask them, why do you need to ask? It's courtesy more than anything, right?
Sure, you call it that, mate, if you want to.
I'll still be there doing 9 o'clock swimming, so it's not like I have a day off. Eddie's getting
So
paid.
how much was Slim Jim paying WCW at this time? Like you see, they have 4 logos in the ring. They're on each post. Macho Man was there, the face of the company. Jack, I know you know all these random little facts.
I can give you the answer. So the sponsorship deal with Slim Jim, I think it was $450,000 a year or $500,000 a year, and that was
to Randy.
Pardon?
Paid to Randy.
Well, yes and no. It was paid to WCW to sponsor a certain amount of inventory or assets, and he said, and Bischoff was saying like that just paid Randy's salary. They only wanted to work with Randy, right? When he left the WF, I think he was there, the face of the brand, right, in 93, maybe 92, 93, 94.
Right.
Once he left, Slim Jim only wanted to work with him. Like, where's he gone?
Naturally.
He's gone to WCW. Okay, we'll sponsor you there.
And he had the best voice for that kind of like, that snap into
like he smoked 20 days. Randy was that accent is so, what you say, one of the top impersonated ones.
Oh, I mean, first of all, it's so funny because I forget what I was watching and they were like, that's not his voice. He started talking like that one day and then he never stopped again. I forget who said it. I'll have to look it up. But interesting. Good to know. So at this time, guys, what year was this? 1997. Help me remember, when did Eddie and the Radicals, which I hated that name, get to WWE?
They were after Jericho, right? Jericho came just before 2000 because he came up with the Y2J gimmicks. That was like November 99 Jericho came. They were after. So off the top of my head, and I don't know why I'm going off the top of my head because Jack will go, it was on this date, they were in the crowd.
Right.
February 200001. Like
we don't even need.
I was going through the timeline
earlier.
If you look at this period now, Eddie 97 Cruiserweight Champion, 98 LWO, 99 he has a really bad car accident, dislocates his shoulders, lucky to live, really happy with life, unhappy with how he's been booked, and then sold out pay-per-view January 2000. Benoit beats Sid to become World Heavyweight Champion. Sid's the Millennium Man, 18 unbeaten. I think he's beaten Brett for the title, then Benoit beats him. And the boys still aren't happy. And they hold a meeting, and if anyone's unhappy, you can just leave. So Benoit, Malenko, Saturn, and Guerrero all go. They were in a stable at the time with Shane Douglas. They all met in privately WWE, I think the next day, but without Shane. And they'd all make a pact they're going to do together. And I think they met with Bruce Pritchard and they went, yeah, Shane Douglas isn't welcome here.
He's already been here. We don't want him back.
He left on bad terms. He was Dean Douglas right in 95. Went to ECW, slaughtered them in every promo he could.
Right.
Went to WCW, slaughtered WWE again. I was like, yeah, you guys, we'd love to work with all 4 of you. Not him.
Got it.
So they signed and then they debuted on Top Commitment Church here with the Guinness.
Other alcohol-free beverages
are available. How's it taste?
It's all right,
Yeah.
I think it's the best. I think it's the best non-alcoholic beer.
Good pouring.
And
I tried one at Europa Point. I think a month ago. It's all right compared to normal non-alcoholic beer. Just like shandies and. Anyway, Eddie, 2000, he comes in still injured, in the sling, car crash. By August, September, he's happy with Mamacita, with China.
Great storyline.
That was
Great.
brilliant. I think that's the inspiration, right, between Mami and Dom.
Yeah.
Great homage.
Just a quick
2001.
timestamp. So we're at 42, 20, 21,
Thank
22. Eddie just kicked out after I think it was like a corkscrew off the top rope from Ray.
Hot reverse plancha. And in 2001, Eddie gets lost in
What
a
I said.
shuffle. He's still struggling from the injuries, the car crash that he's taking on pills. And WWE ended up releasing him in 2001. He goes to Ring of Honor in 2002. Ring of Honor started March 02. He has a great series of matches there. He acts as a mentor for guys like CM Punk. Happy birthday, Punker. He starts.
I just knew that you were gonna find a way to get that in there.
Clean. He gets himself back on the straight and narrow, and he gets welcomed back to the company. I think the end of 02. So he has, I think, a year out, maybe 9 months. Comes back, and then 03. I think this day in 2003, him and Chavo win the tag belts at No Mercy. Maybe no, I think it's all 2002. So 21 years ago today. So I think that was his like comeback. And then he has that brilliant run in 03. 04 beats Brock Lesnar for the belt. Has a great series of JBL in 05. And it's just, I was going back and actually watching some of the stuff he did with Batista, like just before Mr. Kennedy, right? Just before he passed. He was phenomenal.
He was.
Do you think Eddie was, I think, 38, maybe 37 when he passed?
38.
Most wrestlers, even look back now, most wrestlers don't get to their prime till what? Late 30s?
Oh, we caught him. The thing is, he was just hitting, I mean, he's always been amazing, but he was just hitting his peak in WWE. Like, I think he was 100%. At the top, right? And he'd overcome a lot of the issues that he had. And it's just so harsh that it was that catching up with him that ended things. Just incredibly sad.
And it's so cool though that like Eddie, I think that his growth as a character, but also his growth in the ring, right? Like he's going with Rey Mysterio, who's, I think we don't have to guess, is probably the best, lucha libre, luchador style of all time, right? Wow. Eddie could wrestle that style, and he could wrestle with the bigger guys too.
They say you're not on the same page as you just missed the finish.
Sorry.
Reverse runner up the top into a cradle. See, that wasn't a roll up.
Looked like a roll up.
But to your point there, Lissy, he kind of got to the stage where he could make fun of himself, right? He didn't mind acting a bit stupid on camera. I think what they said, oh wow, that's a great attack. In 98, 99, he's like early 30s. He's a great worker, he's a great wrestler. But from a character perspective, I've got to be serious.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was then with Kurt Angle when he got him right. I think they had to say to him, you have to be stupid because you are that good, you can get away with it.
Yeah.
If you weren't very good, you couldn't get away with it. It's like, I can act like this because I can get in the ring, I can still kill you.
Yeah, but you're not a joke. That's the thing. That's a very hard thing to do, right? Mm-hmm. Is to be funny, but have people still take you as seriously as they did with him in the ring. And I love when he... Go ahead.
And we have that now because the best in-ring wrestler in the WWE is Chad Gable, but he can still come out and be like, shoes, please.
You're the best in-ring guy?
We're just here working our own people into this program.
Who better?
Gunther.
Huh?
Gunther.
Completely different style. I mean, I take your point. Take your point.
I know what John is saying. John, I understand what you're saying.
As a technician.
Yeah. Who's a better technician?
Yeah.
Jack.
I think Gunther's a phenomenal wrestler. I don't know. I'm being finicky, right? I don't think he's probably a good a technical wrestler as Chad Gable due to his amateur background. But yeah, it's an interesting when you're that good, you can get away with. But then there's some like Stone Cold in 2001, right? When he started doing all the stupid stuff when he was a heel. There's some. It's a really hard act to get right because if you don't, Like MGF the last few weeks when you could argue that the last few months.
Last few months,
He's
really.
been flirting with the line, and when it goes wrong, it looks really bad. Jersey, I know you disagree. I'm not. I'm not happy with AEW.
I wouldn't say he's been. No, I wouldn't say he's been flirting with the line. I would say he's a full baby face. Like he's completely crossed that line in my view. And he's. I mean, obviously, it could all be a ruse. We're waiting to see how the story plays out. But yeah, for me,
How do you think it will? What do you think? Like, because this is obviously going to go in. Roderick Strong will get cleared. Adam Cole will come back. How do you think all the moving parts go?
I, it's really hard to say because there's so much going on, and I think that whatever they had in mind, whatever they were building towards, which I think would have been Adam and Roddy turning on MJF, that was my impression. I don't know if they're going to do that now, or they don't know how long Adam will be out for. So it's hard to say. I'm not sure, but that was my impression, was that Adam and Roddy would end up turning on MJF.
One more question. I'll put this to you, Lissy.
Yes,
Hot
sir.
shotting. I use the word hot shotting. Yeah. Kenny Omega versus MJF with 3 days build. Is that panic?
What are they doing?
No, it's not panic. It's just
It's MJF and Kenny Omega. Come on.
yeah.
No, they can't have a bad match. They can't have a bad match.
It's not about that. And it's not about the match. It's about the promotion.
Yeah, it's not about the match.
But I know
Jack.
it's not canon, but they have been building to it. They've been talking about it on BT, and then
That's not on TV.
No. And then last week they built to it in the backstage segment, right? Or they made reference to it. So okay, it's only 2 week build, but look, I mean, we've said for a while, why do we not make the most of the fact that we've got these incredible wrestlers and put them in amazing matches on TV?
I think that what
now they're
doing.
doing
Matches. It's about the story.
No. Yeah, I think that what Jack is saying, and I do agree, because I've been feeling like this since Adam has been. We're talking about him, calling him Adam like on a first name basis. It's so funny. Like since Adam Cole has been, I said sick. Since he's been injured, the world title has kind of been on the back burner. It really has. Like that
never happened with Brett.
But hold on, but then look, there's been one title defense of Roman's championship since WrestleMania. That was at SummerSlam.
We're not comparing here.
2 wrongs don't make a right, JJ.
Sorry?
You're a father. 2 wrongs don't make a right.
No, I know, but
and that's not the same, because they have Seth Rollins defending his championship every single week, so they have a champion. AEW doesn't have multiple world champions, and they really shouldn't. That's another story.
Yeah, but you've got an international champion, you've got a TNT champion. We don't want more titles, so.
Oh my God! When they said in that one of the options was Sting, like give Sting a title, like TNA brought in the Legends title, didn't they? Like 09 or 10 or something. Like, fucking hell, lads, what are you doing? Tommy Dreamer's currently the digital media champion for Impact, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, has MJF had a title defense since All In? Oh, Samoa Joe?
Joe? Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So, yeah. But then MJF's story has always been like he doesn't wrestle unnecessary matches.
Not now. He's wrestling. He got offered a Kenny match, right? He's going to do double duty. He wrestled the tag match. He did double duty. He's going to do double duty on the next pay-per-view. It just seems a bit. Is Tony back on the old? Is he trying to do too much? I feel him, right? Sometimes I'm like, I'm trying to make wrestling memes. I'm trying to sell these Christmas jumpers. I've got a child. I've got a job. It's tough.
I don't know, brother.
I do think he's stretched.
Sorry, I just said brother like that because Hulk Hogan, the best of all time in black and white, was just, on my screen.
So are we pausing? Are we done with this show? Is that it? That was Halloween Havoc?
That was the match.
Halloween Havoc, 1997. JJ, what do you think of the match?
I was chatting with you guys.
I was going to say, did you watch the match?
No, it was. Look, I mean, when you've got Eddie and Ray in the ring, it's hard to really go wrong, right? And you can see this is even 3-4 years before we saw either of them in WWE. So before a lot of people would have been introduced to, well, I don't know when Ray went over actually. I guess I'm thinking about Eddie there, but they were still very young and just unreal, like doing stuff that I think you weren't really seeing in WWF at the time, right?
There's a match that Rey Mysterio. I think Rey Mysterio's first pay-per-view match on WWE was he wrestled the opener with Kurt Angle at SummerSlam, and it's a 9-minute absolute banger. You think Kurt Angle in 03 was just a wrestling machine, and he made Ray look like an absolute phenomenon, right? Kurt's bumping around like a 20-year-old cruiserweight. But you can remember this time in '97, WCW are battering WWE in the ratings. They're getting 5, 6, 7 million people every week for Nitro. So these guys were huge names and huge stars.
Yeah. What's mind blowing is the match before this on the pay-per-view was a Chris Jericho match, right? And you watch a Chris Jericho match from '97 and you watch Chris Jericho now, as we saw on Dynamite, as much as Renee said, as much as he's been phenomenal for that long, it's he's getting to that point where he's got to think about what's left for him in the future. He's obviously a very different wrestler, but you watch Rey Mysterio now, 26 years later, and it's like he's barely missed a beat,
Stem cells, baby.
Stem cells, yeah. Him and who's the big lad called Ryback and Kevin Nash, they've all been going down to that guy, right? There's some expert down there. Maybe when my knees are shot in a few years' time and mainly wrestling goes huge. Let's see what we can do. Lissy's been poached by the Fed by then. No, well, we'll see. That was WCW Halloween Havoc. I hope you all have a wonderful Halloween. I won't be celebrating. I think the boy goes to nursery dressed up like a lunatic, like an idiot tomorrow. I can't say I've had any input. His mother's bought him a costume. I don't. Again, this is the point we're making. The mother's the CEO and the CFO. I'll just drop him off and pretend I did it anymore.
Seb is almost 4, so he makes the decisions of what he wears on Halloween, and he will be
for 18 months. What are the kids going as tomorrow?
He will be Batman, and Penny. It's a choice between Tigger and a minion.
I always call Seb a superhero, and he always refutes it. Super Seb, no, yes, no, and then eventually. So
he knows. He's just modest, He's just very modest guy.
He's just saying, Jack, kayfabe, brother, kayfabe. That's been Halloween Havoc. We will be back to watch CM Punk versus John Cena at WWE Money in the Bank 2011.
Next time.
Until then, have a great evening, and we will see you soon. Bye bye.